The top stories. PUCL report on Manipur conflict sparks widespread disagreement over Imphal-centric claims. Senapati police conducts special drive to detect illegal immigrants. 296 people without valid ILP card deported. And advisor of Peace Committee Kanglaipak Manipur RK Sanayaima appeals people to set aside politics and make untied efforts on religious affairs. Good afternoon and welcome to ISTV English News at 4. Now we have the detailed news. The People's Union for Civil Liberties PUCL report on Manipur violence has sparked significant controversy and wide condemnation. Speaking to ISTV News, Pradeep Fanjobam, the editor of the Imphal Review of Art and Politics, remarked that this report was prepared selectively by the committee which came from outside. They gathered and presented only certain data aligned with their narrative. He alleged that although the report spans around 700 pages, it is biased and was compiled in collaboration with certain groups without taking into account all perspectives, thereby raising serious questions about its credibility. He further added that committees from outside the state often produce such reports without adequate on-the-ground understanding.
Jayaprakash Narayan Hansyomba kanoni magi contemporary Sumagi Tori talks about PUDR and Amule People's Union for Democratic Rights and Mui Anisi Hanima Mintarpa Human Rights Matang de Abganto Kambu Duere Aduga Hai Simuigi Tashena Muina Mopatan to Wagana David Hey by some inherent bias by some external observer Honabi Si Positum Yaumale Mana Kanzaba conflict is in any kind of consider Angang Hanga Kanaba Uraga Handan Pubi Nigai Kanba Yokanzi Kalakun Lake consider I hate some dry hate some Mana Kanz Ari Kanzara Wakandu Dana Sinmada so saying very report talked to say see Hanaki PUCL reports is Yodi Post Kayarang in my country.
On the other hand, in a strongly worded social media post, convener of Kokomi Kuraijam Athauba stated that the current crisis in Manipur is not a playground for politics. He said that the suffering of the local communities in the state must not be capitalized by some individuals for their own vested interest. He alleged that the report released by PUCL does not seek to foster healing or resolution in Manipur. Instead, he described it as an attempt to commercialize peace, which he called extremely unfortunate. He further criticized the report's claim that the violence began in Imphal, asserting that this is factually incorrect. According to him, the unrest originated in Torbung and Kangwai, not Imphal. As such, he argued the PUCL report is both misleading and inaccurate. He went on to say that PUCL is neither a peacemaker nor a peace broker, and despite its claims, it is not genuinely working toward peace, but rather attempting to commercialize it. Additionally, MP of Rajya Sabha Lysemba Sanazauba also criticized the report, calling it a one-sided narrative based on incomplete or biased understanding. He warned that the report could inflame tensions even further. He concluded by questioning the credibility of PUCL, saying that the organization, which claims to be a defender of human rights, needs to be investigated thoroughly. Further, senior advocate Khaide Mani spoke to media at his residence today, stating that the PUCL report on Manipur violence is one-sided, biased report, and said that data collection and interviews conducted in the valley is questionable. Condemning the report, Mani said it makes baseless accusations to CSOs, lawyers and media houses in the valley. It has no mention of the Jiriba massacre, where Kuki militants abducted and brutally murdered 6 women and children, including an infant, which was justified as revenge by MLA Pauline Lial Haukip. Additionally, it fails to mention the demand for separation made by 10 Kuki MLAs and the suspension of operation. He said such biased report claiming to be a tribunal report is condemnable and said the members of the tribunal committee must bear responsibility if it agitates the people and reignites violence.
What hills and plain Kaidokpa Todana, Lady Bissing to the Hanga, Nixijana, the whatever the Tobu Ude, Mana, meet, Lissing Amaram document, Mamam to me, Cham Chani, Hingoriba Mam, Javan Lowy, Javan Lowy, Mete, Kukinagana, with the Kaidokning, the Adorgaso, Belly the Gi, Mika Lowy, Nakanam Tagi, Susan Purga, Kangpo Piga, Toraga, as a Masu Masa, Aranba, Pao Sandopa. Asina lana kana china ba ado mob nong theo adi maduge daita sa tribunal na maroina piusel na puwadabani to sengbadi piusel na mogi official oina president secretary piusel ki leadership na haiba report ado ekoi soi gre ko review tokjege ado madu ekoi lan gre ko pogdare haiba gumba ma haiba chumi ado na tragati ainge thongda Miambu Lan Ohanbagi, Kaditobu Yabagi, action local Toi and Kali.
Meanwhile, Manipur's JDU State Vice President Sanjoy Ahantem stated that PUCL's report on the state's ethnic violence will only delay the peace process in Manipur. He contends that the High Court of Manipur ought to initiate a suo motu case to examine the PUCL's report implications and its alignment with the state's interest.
Sigumba laibok thiba aran ba chumdaba paw ma yorpa haibase athuba matamda withdraw tawdabni athuba matamda lokho kanda madugi area do koi soi gre lan gre haidana ngakpi waidana excuse lawraga madu chumtho kanda ekoi manipur gi tamdu leita dana le fibam se tamdu leita na leinana ba amasung ekoi gi judicial institution singna manipur high court na ekoi gi suo motu case ama Haribo organization sigi matak tharkanda haribo makoina lan phong pause lokthona na bohona bidana aikhoigi nungsi chana na mohsagum lamina na bohona bada mateng pangba achumba da yumpham oiba adugumba pawena phongbiu community ani hanjin hatna sunana ba adugumba pamtaba thodok thona ba sinbi ganu haibisima akangai sing mayamna kari tobu yabage si matangda athuma tamda chumthona na ba thaba paikhat pi.
In continuation with special drive initiated to detect illegal immigrants, Senapati Police verified over 3,500 individuals in the last fortnight. In a statement received from the district police, it was stated that a special drive to detect illegal immigrants and foreign nationals without valid documents have been carried out intensively and extensively throughout Senapati district by Senapati District Police since the beginning of this month. During the last fortnight starting 7th August till 23rd August, Senapati Police has verified 3,559 individuals, out of which 296 were found without ILP, 237 carried expired ILP and 8 underage boys who came for labour were sent back from Mao Gate, the border town, to Nagaland. Those without ILP or with expired were issued fresh ILP and renewed accordingly at Mao Gate ILP counter. Police source said that no illegal immigrant has been detected so far without valid documents. The drive has been carried out in market areas, pockets inhabited by non-locals along the National Highway 2, Maram-Perin Road, Tadubi-Toloi Road and other inter-village roads. A reinforced team including Senapati Police and 4th IRB has been stationed at Tamphung round the clock to check movement of illegal immigrants into the district from Maram-Perin Road. The Superintendent of Police, Senapati District SM Zaib Zakir, additional SP National Highway and other police officials visited Tamphung for inspection and overseeing the proper functioning of Tamphung checkpost. The special drive will be carried on in the days to come, district police sources mentioned. Advisor of Peace Committee Kangleipak Manipur R.K. Sanayama has appealed to the people to set aside political differences and make united efforts in affairs related to religion. He was speaking to media on the sidelines of Langban Heisoi Tamba ritual offered in honor of martyrs of the present crisis held at Irong Ahumphangba River of Ithai Punam Hill. The ceremony also saw the presence of MLA of Kumbi AC S. Premchandra, President PCKM K.H. Rajesh and founder PCKM President N. Rajendra. In a statement, R.K. Sanayama disclosed that they have resolved to continue the renovation work of sacred site on Punam Hill, where the 7 Maichos once gathered. He also said they will continue to construct memorial monuments for all the brave hearts martyred in the conflict. The attendees also offered prayers at the Lining Thaulairenbi shrine on Punam Hill and sought blessings for peace at the site of the 7 Maichos. Also speaking on the sidelines, MLA Prem Chandra appealed all to work towards building peace and normalcy in Manipur.
Lamdam sida laiminariba koi yaro filu kaya amana matam sang na kundamir ko Manipur sida koi maitai sing na yamba tauba naioi kraba halaman sing na thambiramba koi sahi amagi amuktang lakpo tarpon ena koi laioi kraba hal sing da ipai pu sing da koi na masama su oi bising na ngamjaba piban namit ho maning asiche tongan ba kanglup kaya ama sat ki irang asina thoki ba thoning de thodo kaya ama da koi tawmina khara su Kandau do kya na soi khara su koi hojekti ei ba ka mina ba koi hanagi Manipur ing tappa Manipur ing sikpa Manipur nungai phabu Manipur ma oina ba hona ba ngasi ipai puna thambiram liga masida koi myam satano honari ba sina haudo orga lakadu hiram kaya da tung koina yai phaba nungai ba hanagi mahuksa gi koi ing sikpa Manipur do amuk halak ko oirsino haibo khumsi ida thamjari.
Candidates who had completed the Viva Voce for the 10th and 11th Indian Reserve Battalion IRB, Manipur Rifles MR and Jamadar Post gathered at the Yaifa Thauni Community Hall in Kishampat, Lemizam, Laikai, Imphal and staged a certain protest against the delay in result declaration even after it has been 7 years since the exam was conducted. The protest was marked by the display of slogans and placards. One of the candidates stated that after the result for the physical efficiency test, PET and return examinations was announced, the Viva Voce and interview was also conducted between January 8 and 18, 2025. However, the final results for these positions have not been announced till date. The candidate said that the government has been coming up various excuses citing issues in the state for the exam, whose notification was issued in 2018. The candidate questioned who will bear responsibility for the loss of 6 to 7 years. The candidate urged the governor of Manipur to intervene and expedite the declaration of the results.
ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯖꯃꯥꯟꯗꯥꯒꯤ ꯔꯤꯀ꯭ꯔꯨꯠꯃꯦꯟ ꯆꯦꯜꯂꯨꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯁꯣꯛꯆꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯨꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯐꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯑꯦꯁ ꯑꯦ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯔꯚ ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯨꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯐꯔ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯅꯠꯆꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯀꯤ 79 ꯁꯨꯕ Independence Day da tara amadi tara ma thoisuba contingency ki mass part period da jamanda gi thabak sidi haidoktana namsina thambiraganda aikhoigi atopa battalion dei jamanda amana lead to uba matamda aikhoida adukumadi aikhoida thamoi sokpa aikhoigi hak matpane na khanjai aduna ngasi print amadi electronic media sing gi mating logjaraganda mari leineba honorable MLA sing officials sing aduga honorable governor aduga aikhoigi punmaki mafamda yamna thuba matamda aikoi safar tawya ba tawre aduna khoi bu nungsi biduna tara amadi tara mathoi suba MR IRB jamanda gi result se haidok piu haiduna media gi thong da khoina request tokjari.
In connection with the celebration of 30th Foundation Day of the Development and Protection United Voluntary Organization DPUVO Nambol, a series of social service activities were carried out across various locations in Nambol, including schools, colleges, hospitals and market areas. The activities were led by DPUVO's Working President Konsam Suleshwar, General Secretary Thoksom Lamjingba and Youth Secretary N. Chittaranjan. General Secretary of DPUVO Thoksom Lamjingba stated that in the lead up to the 30th Foundation Day, which will be observed on September 3, the organization plans to conduct cleanliness drives, awareness campaigns at various locations with the aim of creating a drug-free environment, and first aid training will also be provided. Additionally, a mega blood donation camp is scheduled to be held in Nambol on September 3. He called upon not only residents of Nambol but also people across Manipur to participate actively. He also called for collective responsibility in the activities for a clean and progressive state. Ethno Heritage Council, Herikon and Kuyom Healthcare located at Kurai Hekrumakong jointly organized a free health camp for Punya Children Home for Girls at Thangmeiban. Harikon's Grievance Cell Secretary Akam Rishi Kumar stated that the health camp was organized as a supportive initiative for the children's home, which is actively working towards the welfare of its residents. He further mentioned that similar camps will be conducted in other locations to extend assistance to more children in need.
Ngasi weather sina change of pada angang singbu masa mahu phana amasung ana yek yautana lainaba yidamta hedikon amasung koyam healthcare khurai sina sinjaraga koi thamai banda leiba puya children home nupi masa sida koi main oina tawjabani makhata pada su atopa jaga singda su koi medical camp sina bisu tawri aduga children home na check tawjaraga su asi mathakta aikoina su mateng pangboina koi ngasi healthcare asi semjabani.
The prize distribution event of the 3rd state level maths and science competition was held. The event, organized by Knowledge Planet under the theme to foster critical thinking and problem solving through healthy competition, was held at the multipurpose hall of GP Women's College and was open to students from classes 3 to 10. The ceremony was attended by Deputy Director of the Directorate of Economics and Statistics Manipur, Rajkumar Dhirensana, Guest Lecturer at GP Women's College, Shubhalaxmi Shizaguru Mayum, and Head of Sterilization Department of RIMS, Leibaklei Laishram, as the main dignitaries. Sharing insights during the event, Knowledge Planet's coordinator Pooja Mainam said that the competition was designed to challenge students, encouraging them to move beyond rote learning and approach problems with critical thinking. She emphasized that the event also served as a platform to reduce exam phobia among students. She noted that such competitions are essential to move away from conventional learning methods and help students realize that there are various ways to tackle questions beyond the traditional exam formats. Pooja also stressed that the competition should be seen as an opportunity for growth and that mere participation itself is a valuable achievement.
You have upgraded your knowledge. Sigi wakhalon je moida khalan ba ma darkar taiba. Moida oina encourage to ba kai sukai de khandok pa tambiyo ba moi positive thinking de longan je so that haye moi moina adi government ki exam ma tharak ba adu ma matam da moida easily kahani tackle to ba handle pressure handle to ba ngam da ba hojik ta gi hauna du mo da tapi se kaina thamjadinge.
A massive landslide occurred at Lungsum Awankul village along National Highway 53, blocking the Imphal-Jiribam road. The site of the landslide is located approximately 18 kilometers from Irang village towards the Imphal side. As a result, numerous vehicles, both light and heavy, have been stranded on both sides of the highway. Road clearance operations began early in the morning, but officials say it will take time to remove the debris due to the large volume of rocks and earth blocking the road. Continuous rainfall has further complicated the effort, with loose mud still falling from above, posing additional risk to workers and travelers. Authorities have urged commuters to avoid the route until the situation improves. In national news, Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the two-day All India Speakers Conference at the Delhi Assembly today, marking the centenary of Vittalbhai Patel becoming the first elected Indian Speaker of the Central Legislative Assembly in 1925. This historic event, held in the national capital for the first time, brings together speakers and deputy speakers of state legislative assemblies, as well as chairmen and deputy chairmen of state legislative councils. The conference aims to provide a platform for presiding officers to share experiences, exchange best practices, and explore new approaches for the functioning of legislatures, with a special focus on digital innovations such as AI-enabled tools to enhance transparency, efficiency, and responsiveness in lawmaking. During the inauguration, Shah also launched a special exhibition showcasing rare archival records, photographs and documents on Vittalbhai Patel and the evolution of India's parliamentary institutions. Additionally, a commemorative postage stamp based on his life was released. The conference will conclude with a valedictory session presided over by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Defence Research and Development Organization (DRDO) has successfully conducted the maiden flight tests of the Integrated Air Defence Weapons System (IADWS) yesterday off the coast of Odisha. In a social media post, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh congratulated DRDO, the India Armed Forces and the industry for the successful development of the Integrated Air Defence Weapons System. IADWS is a multi-layered air defence system comprising all indigenous quick reaction surface-to-air missile, QRSAM, advanced very short-range air defence system, missiles and a high-power laser-based directed energy weapon DEW. In international news, in Sri Lanka, the arrest of former President Ranil Wickremesinghe has united the opposition in the island nation. Several opposition leaders addressed the media earlier today where they condemned the move by the investigating authorities to arrest Wickremesinghe. Speaking under the theme, "Let's defeat the constitutional dictatorship," the parties accused the government of using the law to target political opponents. Leaders from several opposition groups said the detention was part of a broader effort to weaken democratic institutions and silent dissent. 76-year-old former President Wickremesinghe was remanded by 4th Magistrates Court in a case on charges of misusing state funds during a foreign tour in 2023. He was later admitted to National Hospital where he was shifted to ICU on advice of doctors. And now we have the recap of the top stories. PUCL report on Manipur conflict sparks widespread disagreement over Imphal-centric claims. Senapati police conduct special drive to detect illegal immigrants. 296 people without valid ILP card deported. And advisor of Peace Committee Kanglei Park, Manipur, R.K. Sanayama appeals people to set aside politics and make untied efforts on religious affairs. That's all we have for now. We'll be back with more updates at 8 p.m. again. Until then, goodbye.